Hello, my Richies, and welcome back to another episode of the Make Life Rich Movement podcast. My name is Sarah. I'm your host. And in today's episode, I am going over the books that I am reading in June. Now, we are almost done June, so I guess this is more June into July, but I haven't done a book haul in a while, so I thought today would be the perfect time for that. So, one of the first books that I'm reading is called The Power of Hormones. It is by Max Newdorp. He's an endocrinologist and a professor. And he's just literally educating us on how the hormones affect our digestive tract and literally how that affects every single other thing in our body. I'm very excited to read this. I heard about this book on a podcast, and I'm just really happy I did because he is covering hormones not from just a female perspective, but hormones in general and their motive in the body and what their purpose is and why we should be doing a lot more to not only bolster our hormone health, but really think about our body in this manner of how do our hormones contribute to every single possible thing going on in our body. This book I'm very excited to read. I had kind of differed away from reading any kind of thing like this. It's like doom and gloomy. However, this intrigued me deeply. It's called The Unthinkable: Who Survives When Disaster Strikes and Why. It's by Amanda Ripley. I'm just really interested to read this book because it is covering a lot of neuroscience and how neuroscience and the particular neural pathways that you engage in prior to a disaster striking and the certain habits and patterns that your brain may or may not have would make you more conducive to surviving a disaster. So that for me is very exciting. Can't wait to read it. She touches in on heroism and just like so much. Like, where does this come from? The ability to survive disaster, chaos, immediate strikes of something weird happening. So this seems really cool to me. I'm excited to read it. If I like the book, I'm very much going to ask the author to be on the show. So stay tuned to what I think about that. This book I'm actually reading at the moment. It's called True Raiders. It is by Brad Rika, pardon me. This is cool as heck. Okay, so this book is the untold story of the 1909 expedition to Palestine to find the legendary Ark of the Covenant. So I wanted to get some history in with my religious and faith journey reading that I've been on for the last, well, we'll say since the top of the year, so the last 6 months. And this book is full of history, full of a lot of narrative time setting for, the early 1900s and how Palestine had literally been not only ransacked from a lot of its religious artifacts that would have been very, very impactful in protecting that region today, specifically for religious purposes. But it's just a really cool read. The way in which that he put together the story, it does feel very much like you're watching a James Bond movie of sorts or like an Indiana Jones movie, but it's fact and it's really cool. So super enjoying this book at the moment. I would really recommend picking it up. Even if you're not a religious person or on a faith journey, the sheer history of what they're covering in this book is really fascinating. This book is the one I'm reading next. It's called Golden. It is The Power of Silence in a World of Noise by Justin Zorn and Lee Mars. I'm very excited to read this. They cover a lot of the ins and outs of just silence and just like mindfulness, finding space within society to be able to cultivate that sacredness within yourself of silence and having moments with God. So I'm going to give this a go, but this is what the cover looks like. Man, I'm zipping through here pretty quickly. I better slow down because this is going to be a short episode today, guys. I apologize. This book I am halfway through. There's coffee in the fridge. It is by James Francis. I'm going to have James on the show in the coming weeks once I finish this book. And I'm absolutely over the moon excited to speak with him, talk about his journey with depression and suicide and suicidal ideations and suicide attempts and what he's done with his life over the last 10 to 15 years since that time period for him. Just the sheer message that he carries, not only for men, but for everyone, and how we can deeper connect with ourselves and also share these inner thoughts that are very upsetting, not at all something that, people are very willing to bring out into the light. I think we need more truth tellers that are willing to keep secrets out of the shadows. Secrets are unhealthy. They're where demons latch onto you and make just a messier situation even messier. The truth will always prevail. And I'm just really excited to get through this. It's a part memoir, part self-help book. Heavy on the memoir, really beautiful writing, really enjoying just James's accounts of looking back on himself and just honestly the worst time ever in his entire life, what it did to his family, what it did to him to help him grow and evolve, and where he currently is now. So stay tuned. James will be on an episode in the future, and he self-published this bad boy. You can grab it from, actually, no, he didn't maybe he did self-publish with Greenheart Living Press. He published with. Go grab your copy. I'll put it in the show notes. Get to reading so that when the episode comes, you are all caught up. I am in a period right now and a space of just wanting to get a little bit more flexible with my forgiveness muscles. So I wanted it to be a little bit more freeing and like self-healthy of a book. And I found Iala Van Zant's forgiveness model. It's 21 days to forgive everyone for everything. It even includes ways to forgive yourself. It is actually really cute. I love how small the book is, but it's full of, let me find a worksheet for you. It's got worksheets in here. I just lost my page. Really just thankful for this little book. It's so simple, but sometimes you really just need to think about forgiveness and who you need to forgive. And most times it's often starting with forgiving ourselves. But I love her show. I love her vibes. I love her brand. I love her personal growth journey. I feel her and I are very much in line with the way that we think about things and helping other people and helping ourselves. So I'm very excited for this book. She's an oldie, but a goodie. And look at this, guys. Depending on how old you are, you may not even know what this is. Comes with a CD. How sickening. So yes, I'm excited to read this puppy and I will keep you up to date on it. And finally, I don't know how, but I got all over this book. So let me cover it up. I've read this before and I've absolutely recommended this to you guys before, but I'm going to recommend it again because I'm going through it again. It is The Book of Lymph, Self-Care Practices to Enhance Immunity, Health, and Beauty by Lisa Levitt Gainsley. She is the lympho queen, okay? If you don't know anything about lymphatic drainage or lymphatic massage or just what your lymph is responsible for within your body, I want you to grab this book. I'll put it in the show notes. I absolutely also love her Instagram, but this book shows you inside and out every step of lymphatic drainage practices that you can do for your body and why you want to do it. Lisa is an absolute gem. I discovered her on a podcast. Absolutely fell in love with the way that she described lymphatic health, how we're supposed to assist our body with lymphatic drainage. And I immediately bought this book, and it has also significantly helped me with my medical anxiety and taking control for me, my lymphatic drainage. My father's cancer was located in his lymph nodes, and any single time that my body is swollen or my lymph nodes are tender, I freak out and I grab this book and I'm active in my medical anxiety rather than just allowing it to totally ruin my day. Please pick this up. If you have no idea what lymph is about, I want you to check out an episode from a former guest. I will share it in the show notes where she has a lymphatic drainage salon, and we will kind of you can go through that episode to just get up to speed on what lymph is, but absolutely grab this book. I have one, it's more of a workbook. This is by the Daily Grace Co. It's called Rivers of Renewal, How God Meets and Nourishes Your Spiritually Dry Seasons. My family and I are dealing with things as all families are dealing with things. And this book has been really not only beautiful, but really helpful. And it's absolutely been, I will say, a tool in my tool belt that has helped me to get through difficult times. So let me show you the back of the book since I filled out. It's got a lot of chapters, workbooks. Even if you are not a person rooted in religion or faith or speaking to God, this workbook was still really helpful. It just cuts to the heart of the matter in a way that I think really gives you the ability to take a step back from these difficult times you may find yourself in and just be able to see the bigger picture and see the bigger picture from a place of safety, comfort, hope, faith, joy, rather than a place of fear, denial, scarcity, negativity, and just overall hopelessness. Truly, really, really, really enjoy the Daily Grace Co. I'm hoping to become an affiliate of theirs so I can just share with you all of the workbooks I'm going through. I must have gotten 20 of these bad boys. Every time they go on sale, I grab a couple new ones. And once I rip through this book, I go and I grab another workbook and I get started. So If you find yourself on a faith journey and you are looking for a workbook companion, this is a really beautiful book that you don't need to have the Bible for. It kind of keeps everything that it's looking to orient you with within that day's lesson in the book. So enjoy. My Richies, it has been a pleasure. Sorry if this was a shorter episode. We have a beautiful, beautiful interview coming up for you on Tuesday with a mother daughter duo that are absolutely taking digital safety into their hands by creating the most beautiful, welcoming, and wonderful environment online that I cannot wait to become a part of. And I know that you will be very excited to join them as well. My Richies, it has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you enjoy some of the reads that I recommended today. Please let me know if you've read any of them. You can feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. You can share in the comments on Spotify or in YouTube, or you can just send me a good old email. It's the link in the show notes. Give it a little click. My Richies, I hope you have a wonderful week. And as always, make life rich.